I don't know if I'm trying to be dumb, if I am smart and trying to be dumb, or if I'm dumb and I'm trying to be smart. Or my name is Jacob Ovgren. I'm a semi-professional artist that works for Polar and a few other brands when I have the time. And I'm also a full-time carpenter, kind of. I think it's this is mostly like a bit of you know, experimental things. This was my experimental phase I was going through. I guess, I don't know how old I was, but maybe 14, 15, something like that. Oof, this is one of my favorite Christmas card with the Christmas tree here and Santa. It's something about the drawings you did when you were, this one as well. By me, kiss mom, kiss dad. And yeah, you could clearly see it's a rider, and then he has a sword, but it's on the other side, so you can only see it from this side. Sometimes when you look at the old stuff, you're like jealous that you started to learn things better, I guess. So this is all stuff that has ended up as graphics. Yeah, but you know, it's a lot of this. You have one part and you scan it, and then you do like all the pieces separately, scan it and process it and go through everything in the computer. Yeah, this is also a graphic. That's how big it is, original. Very similar to the sketch. It's better motion in this one. As soon as you try to refine it, it just gets a little more weaker. Like this crash is way harder, and that's always a problem. That's why it's usually better to just use the sketch. This is the Puff issue 2. First real issue. Oh, look how much effort you put into the straight lines. Everything is done by hand. Oh. Very happy with. It's the golden age of me.
But you just did like a small run of each of these.
Yeah, or I think the number 2 we did quite a lot of. And a few that were lucky got them in like when they order. They just threw one in. And then we would get like angry emails from parents who bought a t-shirt for their kid, like a Polar t-shirt. And they got the scene, and it was like, yeah, this is a kid's scene that they gave to the kids. And then they would look through it and write like, what is this dirtiness? How could you? I'm never buying anything from this brand again.
This painting you did when you were still in that old studio, right?
Yeah.
Before you moved out here. This is
I did a few of them that were quite big. I got all of these big papers, like this size arc. And then I started with this, which is way bigger than I usually work. But then when you're like, okay, this has to be expanded more. Because something happens when you go up in size, you know, where it's like, oh, it suddenly becomes powerful. But it's hard to fill because a small space like this on a little drawing, it could just be, it's very easy to do. But on a big painting, fucking hell, you have to work so much to get just one block of thing to be something. Yeah. If you just do it blue, it's like, oh, that doesn't work. And here is a big, accidentally put a knife through here. It just tore up the whole thing, but this part looks better now. So it's, yeah. Like small format, like paper size, you know, drawing, I'm comfortable with that. And then to blow it up like to graffiti size, like really big, that's also not hard, but to take it to the like middle size, and especially because, you know, graffiti outside, it's like, it's not, everything has a texture, and you know, it gets quite rough with but if you're gonna have it indoors and you're working with, you know, clean papers or canvas or anything, you have to fuck it up a bit. So it's good to get out of the comfort zone, so to say. You get bored otherwise. At first I started with like, okay, I should just make this and make it big as a painting. But I mean, what's the point of working with, you know, paints that are quite organic and try to make it as flat as possible to just make it look like a print, or, you know, then it's much better to do a print. So if you're gonna work like this, then it has to be, you know, it has to look different. But you know, it used to be a struggle with just regular paper drawings until I found this. The Pentel brush sign pen. I read in an interview about, I can't remember his name, but the drawings were great. And in the interview he specified, it's like, yeah, I use this pen. And I was like, fuck, why didn't I just read this 5 years ago? Yeah. It would save me a lot of trouble and a lot of money. Sometimes I've done it and I'm like, oh, this, I'm gonna try this. And you try it and it's like, oh fuck, everything looks like shit now still. And I'm like, it's not the material, it's me. I'm shit right now. It's nothing's gonna change it. Turned out my mother does ballet. I don't know if you can see in here because it's pretty dark, but back here where the isolation is, I have all of here's some. I always, when I was at my mom's place, I found all of these boxes with old crayons and stuff that me and my brother, we stole from school. This is when the Vague asked me to do something. That was also very experimental. And I got stuck with this figs. That I was like, yeah, I need to do something with these figs. So all of this is extra. It's the figs that are the. But I was like, this is the second option where the mom comes home and she's like, oh, what are you reading? And he's obviously here with the Vague magazine on the toilet, wanking off. And the squirt here was the logo coming out, like on the back or something.
I mean, that would have been
Vague
good.
in letters. I had a feeling about this though that it was not going to be approved.
Yeah, probably not.
Might have been, but yeah, you never know. The most disturbing stuff I find most funny. That's him inside of the scanner here. Like some of these effects, this doesn't look as good in like the original drawing. But here when it gets like a bit rasterized, when it's printed, it looks better. Add something. Most people try to avoid it, but I think that just makes it better. This one is cool. It's a whole series here with this guy. And now he's coming. He got his own board. He's here taking a shit. And this is like a preview scene to this one, I think. Yeah, here the news talks about the robbery. And here is him again. They have like this little pieces where they're all connected. And there's quite a few of them that there's like an ongoing theme. Donut Kingdom, that's a old Aaron Harrington board as well. Little shout out. His Hjaltes. We talked about doing this in like a photo edition, and just get like buns and burgers and a lot of different like shit, stack it up and take like really nice photos of it. That would have been cool. This is nice. Dumbo. I was never too stoked on this one. But the one that's, I think it's a Jurash board. That is when they're in, it's called 1969. When they're just in space with this guy. That one is really, really good. Damn, you almost forget all the boards you've done. It's a good little snippet. I think the last few years, maybe 4 years or something, I haven't saved a single one. This is a good top graphic. I'm hungry, please help me find food. Like a little game here. Interactive board design. Very modern. Is it okay if I pick my nose?
Yeah.
Just kidding. The reason I started drawing was through skateboarding. But then after a while I realized I was better at drawing than at skateboarding. I still see myself as a skateboarder, you know, like not the best, but I have a few tricks that I'm happy with. You know, I used to be good when I started in my little crew back home, and then moving to the big city, you know, or Malmö, maybe not a super big city, but quite big, and it's you soon drop down in ranking from being on top to like, okay, fuck, now I'm the 20th best. Not that you have to be best, but it's it drives you more, I guess, if you know you're good and if you can do something with it. It's, you know, I haven't That's not the reason why I'm not skating as much. It's
Well-
probably more age, and I only have one little piece of asphalt here, so it's
Yeah.
I have to drive somewhere.
We can look at that in a minute.
It's quite symbolic, I must say, with it, like all the tools and stuff. It's not even a polar board.
What is it?
Palace board.
Palace. Okay, so this is your skate spot.
Yeah, this is my. It's a lot of gravel here now, but we could do a fakie flip.
Yeah.
It's easier uphill. Oh, you can't have that one. We need to do another one. I have the wrong skate shoes. Okay, we need a better one. Oh, we go fakie heel.
Yeah, you've been working for Polar for a long time, like almost exclusively for years and years. And then you had a drop off to do with your health. And I just wanted to know if you could explain that.
My health is fine. It's
but
nothing to worry.
but why? What happened? Like you can be brief. You don't have to go into loads of detail.
No, I got autoimmune disease, and it was not. It was worse when you didn't know what had hit you, and you were like, "Fuck yeah, I feel like shit," and I can't, do what I want to do. And before you have a diagnosis, so to speak, then it's the fault is all in you. When you get the diagnosis and they're like, yeah, but you have this autoimmune disease, so it's going to affect you, then you're like, okay, it's not me, it's something that I've got, which made it easier. And then you can also look it up, what's it, how you're going to treat it, and if you can. And in my case, it's I feel fine now. I just take medicine for it every day. And I mean, a lot of times I was too tired to even, I would just stay in bed and not do anything. But I mean, it doesn't happen too much when you don't have something. Even now, if I'm not doing tons of stuff for Polar or other brands, you still have in the back of your head like, okay, but I could use this for something here or there, and it could be used in the future for, I'd send it to, Pontus, and so it's easier to create a reason to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still drawing and doing stuff, but not as much. But I can't say I miss it because I have so much else to do. So it's, in a way, it's, as long as I'm occupied, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So if it's like in town, I need to go skate and go bike and go to the office and draw and do all of these kinds of stuff to get the day filled with activities. Now I'm just like, okay, I need to do the flooring, I need to cut the grass, I need to go buy groceries, and it's, in a way, it doesn't really matter what, I mean, it's because I'm not forced to do it. All of this I'm doing for my own benefit as well. And the same thing with the stuff before. It's just that I was lucky, and make it work with my regular work, and did a lot of music before, and still make a little bit of money out of that.
That's what I was going to ask you about, that your secret music project.
Yeah, it's nobody will ever know.
I think that's good. We got fucking loads of stuff. It's going to be hard to edit this down.
Let's show the whole thing.
There was a wolf passing by here a few weeks ago.
A wolf?